16 नवंबर 1973 को आंध्र प्रदेश के प्रकाशम जिले के नंगनदला गांव में जन्म हुआ पुलेला गोपीचंद का। भारतीय बैडमिंटन के मुख्य कोच पुलेला गोपीचंद ने कहा कि उन्हें इस बात पर गर्व है कि उनके मार्गदर्शन में देश को लगातार ओलंपिक खेलों में 2 पदक हासिल हुए हैं। लंदन ओलंपिक 2012 में साइना नेहवाल ने गोपीचंद के नेतृत्व में कांस्य पदक जीता था और इस बार रियो में भारतीय बैडमिंटन खिलाड़ी पीवी सिंधु ने रजत पदक जीता है। गोपीचंद 2001 में चीन के चेन होंग को फाइनल में 15-12, 15-6 से हराकर ऑल इंग्लैंड ओपन बैडमिंटन चैंपियनशिप में जीत हासिल करके एक नया इतिहास रचने वाले खिलाड़ी थे और उस वक्त चीन के चेन होंग दुनिया के नंबर 1 खिलाड़ी थे। लंदन में ऑल इंग्लैंड ओपन बैडमिंटन चैंपियनशिप जीतकर इतिहास उन्होंने रचा था। इससे पहले एक कारनामा सिर्फ स्टार बैडमिंटन खिलाड़ी प्रकाश पादुकोण ने 1980 में किया था। गोपीचंद को 2001 में राजीव गांधी खेल पुरस्कार से सम्मानित किया गया था। उसके बाद चोटों के कारण उनके खेल पर बहुत प्रभाव पड़ा और फिर उन्होंने राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर खेलना बंद कर दिया। इसके बाद गोपीचंद ने अपनी एकेडमी खोली और कोच के तौर पर खिलाड़ियों को ट्रेनिंग देने का फैसला किया। गोपीचंद को अपनी एकेडमी शुरू करने के लिए घर तक को गिरवी रखना पड़ा था। हालांकि आंध्र प्रदेश सरकार ने गोपीचंद की एकेडमी बनाने के लिए जमीन दी थी, लेकिन प्रोजेक्ट को पूरा करने के लिए उनके पास पैसे नहीं थे और उन्होंने हार नहीं मानी। अपने सपने को साकार करने के लिए उन्होंने अपना घर गिरवी रख दिया और आज उन्हीं के इस सपने को पूरा होने के बदौलत भारत की झोली में इतने सारे बैडमिंटन खिलाड़ी हैं, जिनमें से 2 खिलाड़ियों ने तो ओलंपिक में पदक भी जीते हैं। गोपीचंद को साल 2005 में पद्मश्री और 2014 में पद्म भूषण से सम्मानित किया गया। इसके अलावा उन्हें द्रोणाचार्य पुरस्कार से भी नवाजा जा चुका है।
Thank you very much, Amiji, for this invitation to be in this wonderful panel. I think really amazing to see such great people present here. My side, to say on this day about Vivekananda ji, I would be too small either in my experience or education, but I would only say that for all of us as a country, his been a beacon of light. And for me personally, on my own journey, he's been somebody who's actually guided me all the way through. Because those first words when I was younger, arise and stop till your goal is reached, that's the kind of thing which I would inspire me when I was young. When I was actually going on the path, it was something like a power booster for me. Whenever I heard that, to just get up and start working and pushing myself. Later on in life, the more I read about him, the more I knew about things. For me, it's unbelievable the depth in which there is and the encyclopedia of life he was. Because when you look at his coverage of things, it was human development, it was society development, nation building, it was character building, it was Upanishads, it was Gurukuls, it was how to behave with people, how to behave and follow gurus. I think the kind of depth in which he actually went is something which is phenomenal. So for me, at various points in my life, there's a statement about risk where he talks about risk, and that's something which I thought was very important, because when I failed or when I didn't win an Olympic medal, at least the thing is take risks in life, and if you win, you win. If you lose, you will be a guide for the next generation. So that's something which was so important for me, because at a time when I wasn't sure whether I will continue playing because I had 4 knee surgeries and I was struggling, I think the thing was, okay, it's time is up and you have to move on and you have to actually do your own, because your own experiences while growing, some have been successful, some have not, But the things which are not are also useful because you can tell people and guide them how you can use them. For me, that was something which was important. As a coach, sometimes you have to get up early in the morning all the time, and then you do work, and then sometimes you doubt why you're doing it because there's no immediate benefit which you see. But then that statement about perfection and selfless work, I think that was something which was really something which really inspired, keeps on pushing me because I think for me, for us, we don't know where the goal is and where we will land up. The only thing which we can figure out is how we can work. And I think that statement of his, where he talks about working selflessly and saying that perfection comes through selfless work, I think that is something which is so very important. And today, when I look at my own journey as a coach, I must have coached many athletes, and I don't have a particular method or a policy for people. But then, uh, if you ask me, I don't even go and read and write about things about play. But I think some of the best insights come from a space of relaxation and a space of meditation. And for me, that statement about all knowledge is within you is something which gives me so clarity. I think we are far, far away from understanding the depth of his works, at least I am. And every day I walk the path, I see some statement written, and I say, boss, this is so true for now. And I think that is something which is so apt. I think he's spoken in this short life, he's achieved so much. He's spoken with such wide variety. And when you talk to people, and when I meet spiritual people, they talk of him as Shiva himself. And with the way he puts his hands, the way he sits, the way he talks, that's Shiva himself. And then when you look at Ramakrishna ji as a guru and the relationship which they have among themselves, that just brings tears to my eyes every time I see the kind of respect as a guru he had for Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and the kind of respect he had for his disciple, where he would come up and walk up to him and folded hands, and people had to remind him that, boss, this is your disciple, you can't do that. And that's the kind of love and affection they shared. So I think for me, we have so much more to learn from what he has, and even if we start respect, and the more I look, he talked about sports so deeply. And when I take the pictures back of sport, he says it's better to play football than to read the scriptures. And he's said about strength. And he said about strength, talks about biceps and triceps and physical strength as an important component. And so today, when I talk to young kids, and I say, unless you explore the boundaries of our physical being, how can you be even a visionary on the mental side? And this is something which he said this so many years ago in such clear words. I think it is enormous. I think if you just go through his works, I think it's only if you don't understand something, it's just because you're not evolved enough. And that's all I have to say. I think the whole of India needs these works. I congratulate, I salute the work which the Mutt does. I'm so fortunate to be associated with Bodhyanandaji and the Hyderabad Ramakrishna Mutt. And the kind of work which the entire mission does, I think, is humongous. And today's event with the people here, whether it's Mansi or Arunima or Shekhar ji or Sharat, I think many of whom I know, and Kiran Bedi ji, who's been a huge inspiration for me, and of course, our Honorable Prime Minister. I think just to be part of this august gathering and to have the blessings of Swamiji yourself and all the Mutt, I think I just feel blessed. I thank you so much. And I just have no words to say. I congratulate the youth on this day. and I wish them all the very best. If we can only be a speck of what that great man had envisaged us to be, a speck of what had the physical work he could do, the mental clarity which he had, and the output which he has given us in life, I think we would be somewhere else. One last word, I think whether when it comes to self, society, nation building, organization building, I think he's done it all in that life. And I'm just amazed at what a man he must have been. And I just wish someday I could be old enough to understand all of it. And today is a great event. And I only wish, thank you very much for inviting me here in this service gathering. And this fantastic people, and I feel very inspired to be here. And thank you very much.